Hello, people. Here we are with a demo of Celestial Return. I'm gonna do this video in English because there's no Portuguese. And this demo, from what I heard, it's cyber noir? Like a punk noir, I think? RPG. From what I've seen of the trailers and the pictures, the gameplays looked a little bit like Disco Elysian or something. I have to say, this type of game is not usually my cup of tea, but I am the type of person that I try first and talk about it later. Today, Tuesday, the day that I'm releasing the video, if I'm not mistaken, they will have already released the Kickstarter campaign. So if you like what you see, go and help them fund the game. Earth. What? Planet Zero war caught between the realms of sci-fi and supernatural. A world of contrasts where the daily grind of high-tech life is punctuated by the occasional brush with the bizarre. A technologically advanced civilization, its inhabitants are divided into augmented humans and those who have chosen to remain purely organic. Space. Beyond the pole of any world, the void stretches endlessly, cold, silent, and merciless. Between okay, those two are locked. Between shattered moons and dying stars, the rooms of forgotten empires float in the silence. Out here, there are no borders, only what you bring with you and what follows. The Hive and the Machine Society. Hive, a colossal space station as vast as a planet, stands at a epitome of technological advancement and cybernetic integration. This sprawling megastructure is the heart and home of the Katarathsu, I believe that's what they call it, a faction that has mastered the art of merging flesh with machine. Let's go. Earth is the one that is open. I heard that you need to use a lot of dice. Yeah, oh god. Oh, wait. Howard sits alone at the counter in the crowd jazz bar, a refuge for those who've given up trying to keep pace with the city outside. The faint glow of neon signs outside filters through cracked blinds, casting fractured light onto the bar's polished yet worn surface. His whiskey sits on the counter, a faint ring of condensation forming beneath the glass. He hasn't touched it. Instead, his eyes are drawn to the television mounted on the wall, its outdated screen crackling slightly as it broadcasts the evening news. And update on the suicides across Nethervale, authorities remain on the cause. To climb, leaving residents shaken and for answers. The low volume of the television leaves the words muddled, forcing Howard to strain to catch every detail. I can ask the bartender to turn up the volume on the TV, stand up and adjust the volume myself, or move closer to the TV to catch every word. Let's stand up. Howard moves closer to the television, weaving through rows of empty tables until he's standing right beneath the flickering screen. He rests an elbow on the bar, his attention fixed on the broadcasts as the newscaster's voice sharpens, outlining the harsh reality gripe in Nethervale. The community is in uproar, demanding transparency from law enforcement. What is driving the sudden epidemic of suicides? Who will step forward to shed light on these tragic events? Howard straightens lightly, the weight of the broadcast pressing down on him. The bartender sets the polished glass aside, her movement slowing as she folds her arms and watches the screen for a moment before turning to Howard. Time to learn the cosmic of dice rolling. The cosmic art, sorry. Oh. I feel, I put a VSync on because my character bugs every time the FPS is bigger than that. But for some reason it's 120 now. Anyway, Time to learn the cosmic art of dice rolling. Let's keep it simple. The basics. Every challenge has 4 slots. Dump 1 to 4 dice in them. More dice equals bigger chance to hit the success range. Each die equals roll 2 custom d4s. 0, 1, 2, 3. Add them up. Roll a 1 and a 2. That's a 3, baby. Not great, not terrible. Risk versus reward. Slapping down 4 dice. Big brain energy. But heads up, these ain't your grandma's board game dice. What? Zeros can still nuke your total. So stacking them doesn't mean out a win. High risk, higher glory. Dice vanish after you roll. Use them, lose them. Run out? Automatic fails, fam. Farm dice by exploring, finishing jobs, and poking your nose where it probably doesn't belong. Survival tips from Space Vet. Hoard like a loot grimly. Future missions will try to murder you, so save those dice. Embrace the chaos. Sometimes you gotta eat the 4 dice and pray to the void. Final warning. The universe rewards boldness and punishes fools. You're a move pilot. Can I... Codex, inventory, boost, inside quest log. Do I have a ask? Yes, I do. Yeah, the VSync is on. Why is the cube... Jesus. I take away the VSync. And it's still 150. I put the VSync. And it's still 150. The VSync is... Oh, now it's 60. Now it's 60. Okay. Now it's working again. It was supposed to work before, but now it's working again. Okay. Return. Oh, what? What did she say? Oh. It's been like this for weeks now. Feels like the whole city's falling apart. Take a sip of your whiskey. Intelligence. You hear anything about the suicides? Any rumors going around? An intellectual being who understands its surroundings and can make correct decisions. This city runs on problems. If it's not falling apart, it's not Nethervale. Foolishness. Irrational and erratic thinking, leading to impulsive and often comedic decisions. Maybe it's the city ways of promoting extreme sports. Jump off a bridge, quick, anyone? Yada, yada. Anger issues. Uncontrolled outbursts of anger and excessive inconstancy, including anger problems affecting the thought process. Slam your fist on the counter. Persuasion. So, when do you get off? I'd love to take you out for dinner sometime. Dice the Overlord. I'll be honest, people. I would go for the intelligence route. Like, she's saying, it's been like this for weeks. Feels like the whole city is falling apart. And I'm like, do you hear anything about the suicides? Any rumors going around? Oh god. The Codex is your galactic gossip column plus survival guide. Here's the too long didn't read. What's inside? Lore. Ancient alien wars, godlike AI, and why the galaxy is basically held together with duct tape. Characters. Heroes, villains, and that one girl who tries to steal sushi recipes. Trust no one. World. Planets so wild they'll make you question reality. Pro tip. Avoid the xenopsychoquantifluxion. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. How to use it. Unlock entries by exploring, talking to NPCs, or surviving disasters. The universe rewards curiosity. Check back often, and your intel pops up as you play. Why care? Lore equals power. Know the void, sentient black hole, or becoming snack. Characters lie. Trust no one with a spaceship. Read, survive, flex. Typos? Blame our unpaid intern. We swear they're editing. Yeah, probably use the AI if there's a typo. Anyway, Codex. What can I see? The bartender. A young woman with hair glowing neon green and eyes like 2 black stars. A shimmer of yellow within. She's the heart and soul behind the counter at the Crowd Jazz Bar. A presence both commanding and inviting. With a flick of her wrist, she transforms simple ingredients into elixirs of comfort and conversation. Her skillful hands crafting drinks that soothe the soul and spark new stories. What is this supposed to be? This is me. A paranormal anomaly detective. Intelligent, yet grappling with anger issues. Sometimes surprisingly foolish, but always ready for adventure. He enjoys smoking Nethervale cigarettes immensely, perhaps even considered its greatest pleasure. Oracle Rose. Rose is a living and rather blooming paradox, blurring the line between the mystical and the tangible. Her playful demeanor masks the death of The wisdom, foresight that most can only dream of. She can see the future. Officer Reynolds. Kiku. Those who are unable to carve out a niche for themselves, often due to systemic failures, personal misfortune, they're individuals known as... Is it? The Q makes it like Kiku? Or is it Chi, like in Chinese, like Chi-Chu? I don't think so. I don't know how to pronounce it. Chi. Especially because it's Keiko, I believe, right? Keiko? I don't know how to pronounce this. You should have like a spelling. Spelling? Anyway. The bartender hesitates, being absentmindedly tracing the edge of the counter. She glances around the bar as if checking for eavesdroppers, even though it's practically empty. People are saying it's the abstracts. Like, maybe they're behind it somehow? Oh, the abstracts. Commonly referred to as abstracts, these paranormal entities blur the lines between reality and imagination, manifesting as concepts or tangible shapes. They infiltrate the land, cities, and even homes of Planet Zero, instilling? I don't remember how to pronounce this. Instilling fear and chaos among the local population. In response to this unprecedented threat, the world's major powers have united to form the Paranormal Investigating Division. PID. No, just Nick. A specialized task force dedicated to investigating and eliminating these abstracts. And if I'm not mistaken, we are from PID, right? No, we're not. We should be PID. Why is my inventory glowing? Oh my god, look how many dice. The Daily Rockers newspaper. A glimpse into Howard's past. The issue captures the wild chaos of a concert he played with his old band, a time when the stage was his battlefield. Howard's memo. If we hadn't brawled with the drummer and split up, maybe I'll be still rocking out instead of chasing down freaks. I have a gun. It's not the caliber that matters, it's the stories etched into the steel. Close calls, long nights, and victories that cost more than they were worth. It's not flashy, but it gets the job done. And at the end of the day, that's what counts. At the end of the day, it's the night. What's this? Powder in a vial. A powerful fibrinogen activating powder, and the only known way to kill abstracts. Their blood reacts violently, clotting into an immovable mass that stops them for good. Without it, this vial, facing abstract is a death sentence. Flashlight. This isn't some high-tech implant or retina upgrade. It's a stick of metal with a bulb. Primitive, maybe, but when the shadows move, this flashlight doesn't glitch. It just shines. Oh. If I'm not mistaken, in Europe, no, in the UK, it's called a torch, right? Nether cigarettes. The last of a dying breed, real tobacco, hand-brewed. In Nethervale, where flickering blue vapor sticks dominates the air. Howard lights up the way he used to be, done. Outdated? He couldn't have less. Howard's memo. It's not about the smoke, it's the ritual. Striking the match, the first drag. Every exhale feels like flipping off everything, trying to turn me into a machine. Oh, Howard. Okay, so that's my inventory. Howard's gaze doesn't leave his glass. Don't carrying weight. Wouldn't be the first time. The bartender. Yeah, but what the hell are they? Aliens? Something New Genesis cooked up? Doesn't matter, right? They show up. PID takes them out, and everyone pretends that's enough, but it's not. Not even close. My options are, it's not, or the PID doesn't ask questions, that's not what they are for, or you don't need me to tell you the answer to that, or stay silent. Yeah, it's not even close, it's more than that. The bartender. You worked at the PID. You must have seen things. You really don't know what they are either? You have nobody knows, or no, Or let's just say I've seen enough to stop asking that question. Or if I did, we wouldn't have been having this conversation. I think number 4 is too rude. I wouldn't go in that direction. I think I would go like nobody knows. That's what scares me. If the PID doesn't know, what the hell are the rest of us supposed to do? Howard doesn't respond, his eyes fixed on the glass in front of him. The silence between them stretches, heavy and unanswerable. I have an option. This city runs on problems. If it's not falling apart, it's not Netherville. Anger issues. Slam your fist on the counter. Persuasion. So when do you get up? I'd love to take you out. Oh. Okay, so these are the other options that I didn't choose. I'll choose number 1. She laughed. Oh, that's a good sign. The bartender has a dry laugh, shaking her head as she wipes down the counter. Oh, what keeps you here? The endless excitement or the glamorous nightlife? Free misery with every drink. I heard living cost extra. I like watching things fall apart. Call it a hobby. The glamorous nightlife, obviously. Look at this place. Number 4 is so fucking rude, so unnecessary. I think I'll go with number 2. The bartender chuckles, rolling her eyes. You've got terrible taste, you know that? But I guess that's why we're all still here, waiting to see how far it falls before it finally hit the bottom. The low hum of the TV fills the pause as she grabs another glass, her smirk fading to something closer to resignation. I really don't want to do these ones. I don't want an anger issue, and I don't want to use a dice now. Let's listen to the silence. Howard leans forward, his elbows resting on the counter, staring blankly at his glass. The bar noise fades, the hum of the TV dissolving into a background whisper, until all that remains is the hollow silence of his thoughts. And then they start. Virtue. Virtue, a character trait that is morally correct and acts with good intentions. Virtue. You've been here before, haven't you? Sitting in the quiet, pretending it's peace. It's not. It's avoidance. Okay. Foolishness. Hayward, my man, you're staring at that whiskey like it's got all the answers. It don't. Trust me, I've tried. Foolishness. They talk to me? Stop! You say something? Ask her for another drink. Something fancy. A cocktail with one of those little umbrellas. That to cheer you up. Yes, because a man brooding over suicides absolutely screamed Mai Tai. Great suggestion. Shut up! He doesn't need to scrap right now. The voices clash, like storm clouds rumbling in his skull, the tension stretching him. Shut the fuck up, all of you. Few heads turn, giving him the familiar look. Another guy losing it after too many drinks. So Howard has... What's schizophrenia? Is that what we call it? No, that's another name. Multiple personalities. Neurofighting. Which makes sense, because I think this is a very interesting narrative situation. I'm gonna say from up front, I haven't played Disco Elysium yet. I have it, but I haven't played, so maybe that's already something done. But from my perspective, from the games that I've played, I think it's very interesting for you to have all those possibilities like anger, virtue, intelligence, and things like that you can use to speak to other characters being actually part of your brain in your psyche and actively talking to you at the same time. So it's like, it's not because yes, you can be whoever you want to be, but also they're there being a nuisance. So this is interesting. Then, as if the universe had been waiting for the right moment, the door to the bar swings open and a figure steps inside. Howard's head lifts, his eyes narrowing as boots scrape across the floor, loud and deliberate. The sound is sharp enough to cut through the haze in his mind. Reynolds. Oh, that's perception. The ability to perceive and interpret environmental stimuli. What voice can I give it? Maybe this one is the quiet like Reynolds. Reynolds locks eyes with Howard, his expression coiled tight with urgency. Also, thank you very much of putting important details in different colors. Okay? That helps me a lot, and I hope it helps other people too, especially in a text-heavy context like this. Without hesitation, he crosses the room, his presence slicing through this lazy atmosphere of the bar like a scalpel through flesh. Shouldn't you be out flashing that badge of yours somewhere? Reynolds pulls out the stool next to him, sitting with a sigh. I've been flashing it all day, chasing leads that go nowhere. Thought I'd try something smarter. What options do I have? You look worse than I feel. That bad? And that brought you here? I think I will use the second one. And that brought you here? Yeah. Say what you want, but you're still the guy people call when they've run out of better options. Take this as a compliment. Howard taps the rim of his glass with a finger, a faint smirk tugging at his lips as he lets the silence hang for a moment too long. Foolishness. Sure, but if this is about the stolen rubber duckies from the toy store, I swear it was me. Intelligence. Why me? Don't you have a whole department for this? Anger issues. Not interested in police business. Perception. I think I know what you're going to say. Do I think I'll go with perception. No, let's go with intelligence. Reynolds exhales, leaning back slightly in his stool as if debating where to begin. Ordinarily, yeah, but this isn't ordinary. He pauses, glancing at the bartender before leaning in slightly, lowering his voice. It started small. A few suicides here and there, nothing unusual. Now, it's everywhere. People jumping off buildings, overdosing, hanging themselves. Howard picks up his glass, taking a slow sip before responding. And this is police business because... Reynolds sighs, reaching into his coat and pulling out a thin folder. He tosses it into the counter between them, the edges frayed as if it's been handled too much. Because it's not just us noticing. At first we chalked it up to coincidence, city life, stress, whatever. But the numbers kept climbing, and people started asking questions. The mayor's office got involved, told us to treat it like a case, called it a public safety issue. Now it's on us to figure out what the hell's going on. Problem is, none of my people know what the hell we're looking for. Reynolds exhales slowly, nudging the folder closer to Howard, his eyes steady and fixed on him. If anyone can figure this out, it's you. Don't make me beg. Intelligence. You've been drifting for too long. A case like this could be your way back. Back to the work that mattered. Back to being the detective you once were. Think about the doors it could open. I believe because I have chosen intelligence twice already, it was the one that talked right now. So the choices that I do are going to shape my psyche probably. And I'll be honest, I'll never choose anger. That's not my style. I'm sorry. Not even the fun one, which is what? Foolishness? Not my style as well. I'll stick to virtue, intelligence, and perception. Those are me. Me. Let's see. Oh, no. Now he's talking. Or the ones that could slam shut. What happens when it all blows up in your face? Desperation like Reynolds doesn't come without strings. You really want to get tangled in this mess. A big case means a big payday, right? Sounds like easy money to me. It's not about the money or the reputation. It's about the people. Someone out there needs help, and you have the skills to make a difference. You know what's right. You know what's right, not rice. What? Am I hungry? Virtue, I'll do it. These thefts, they deserve justice. Sure, why not? I could be fine. Fine, I'll take a look, but no promises. No way, I'm not getting dragged into this. I'll go with number 3. Yeah, I'm not this type of person. Like, oh, these thefts, they deserve justice. No, I'll take a look, but no promises. New quest unlocked. Smoke, shadows, and body bags. The city's pulse just spiked. Stay sharp. Check your quest log and get ready to hunt. Head back to the office to dig into the case files and connect the dots before the trade goes cold. New item unlocked. No refund policy. Sorry. Oh, it's the file, right? Suicides. A growing list of lives cut short under suspicious circumstances. The reports call them suicides, but the tales don't add up. The police are out of answers, and Officer Reynolds knows something's not right. That's why he brought the case to Howard. Howard's memo. Suicide's my ass. You gonna suicide your ass? No, just kidding. Reynolds. No, I could count on you. Howard picks up the folder, flipping it open as he leans back in his seat. Don't thank me yet. Let's see what kind of mess you're dropping in my lap first. Reynolds adjusts his coat, tugging the collar up as though bracing for an unseen chill. It's a big one. Just don't say I didn't warn you. He heads for the door, pausing briefly to glance over his shoulder. You know where to find me. Don't take too long. The door creaks open, letting in a sharp gust before it closes with a dull thud. Howard leans back, staring at the folder, its weight pressing down like the promise of trouble. You gained 4 dice and 1 XP. The city silence offers no applause, but it knows you've earned this. Yay! I got 4. Oh. Is this supposed to be the places I can go? Ooh, it looks interesting. Oh god, okay, navigation. Welcome back to the gutter, detective. You know this route better than your own reflection, but let's see if you still got the chops. Movement controls. I use WASD, or you can right click and drag to glide the map around. Double click anywhere for hyper skate mode. Yes, these both have illegal mods. No, don't ask. Exploring locations. Open spots glow with icons. Think cyber breadcrumbs. Click the icon, Howard autopilot's there, sit back, enjoy the ride. One visit ain't enough, places change at every visit. Come back later and it might not look the same. New dice, new loot, new danger. The city's alive and it's hungry. Dance with it or get eaten. Oh, the bar? Should I go back to the bar? Oh, I can use the right detective's office. The statue? What statue? I have a policy of not spending more than 30 minutes in a demo, but because we are just starting here. What is this? Because we're just starting here, I'm gonna be a little bit more than 30 minutes, but then I'm gonna stop. This policy is because I don't want to overstay my welcome and feel like I'm gonna burn out myself. I really like this lighting. The bartender looks up as Howard walks in, a mix of surprise and amusement crossing her face. Back so soon? You look like you were heading out for good last night. Guess I wasn't quite done with this place. He takes a seat at the bar, even as she continues her closing routine around him. So, what brings you back? Needed a place to think. Can't say I blame you, but you picked a hell of a time to come back. We're about to close for the night. And not just for tonight. Place is going under renovation for the next few days. I have to find another haunt until we're back in business. Ooh. It's going to be strange not coming here. Yeah, I know. I know what you mean. It's gonna be weird without the usual crowd. But don't worry, we'll be back soon enough. Tell you what, since it's your last visit for a while, how about one under the house? I won't say no to that. The bartender smiles and quickly pours a drink, sliding it over to Howard. On the house then. Cheers. Howard takes a sip, savoring the moment. The warmth of the drink feels like a fitting set-off. Small comfort before he heads back out into the night. The bartender continues her closing tasks, the clinking of glasses and the faint hum of the cooling jazz filling the space. Howard remains seated for a moment longer, absorbing the atmosphere before rising to leave. See you in a few days. You better. He turns and heads for the door. The jazz music has already faded, leaving the bar in near silence. As he steps outside, the cool night air hits him, and he pulls his coat tighter around himself. He takes a deep breath, the night feeling both heavier and lighter all at once. The crowd jazz bar will be missed, but it's only temporary. He knows he'll be back, and maybe, just maybe, the change will be good. Let's continue the story. Chapter 2. Digging the... Chapter 2! Okay, I'm only going to continue the story because this is a demo, but it feels like we could have done other things. Rain clings to Howard's coat as he steps into his office. The damp air settling in the corners like it belongs there. The photo Reynolds left sits dead center, daring him to open it. Papers are scattered around it, and a mug of half-finished coffee waits to the side. The coffee's been sitting long enough to make friends with the desk. I don't think it's going to do you any favors now. Howard exhales, his gaze shifting to the mug. The faint aroma of stale caffeine raises as he picks it up, tilting it slightly and watching the liquid swirl, as if the answers might float to the surface. Nope. Set the coffee aside and focus on the file. Let's go. Howard sets the mugs down, sliding into the desk edge with a soft scrape. The photo is still there, waiting for attention. Every file like this is a reflection of a life undone. It's not just death, detective. It's the echoes of everything left unsaid. Every choice that led them here, you owe them at least that much. The longer you sit there, the colder the trail gets. Open the folder, start with what you know. Howard pulls the folder closer, its worn edges writhe under his fingers. Inside, a jumble of photos, reports, and scribbled statements waits to be sorted. The uneven tabs marking each case catch his eye as he scans the stack, deciding where to begin. So I have virtue, foolishness, never, and start reviewing the case files. Virtue, say a silent prayer for the souls of the departed, never. Check your horoscope for guidance, never. Start reviewing the case files. Number 3, let's go. Howard lays the files across the desk, each name a quiet weight on paper, waiting to be understood. Examine Adalus Gorver's case. Howard flips open the file, scanning the first few pages. Adalus Gorver's tech doc. Found that in his workshop, surrounded by unfinished arguments and scattered tools. Cause of death? Self-inflicted asphyxiation via biogel exposure. No signs of struggle, no forced entry. His own hands were at his throat, deep scratches along his neck where he tried and failed to breathe. The biogel had hardened inside his airway, sealing it shut. Gorvis uses stuff every day. If you wanted to die, why pick up something so slow? Examine the crime scene photos. Howard picks up the first photo. Corvus is lumped in the corner of his workshop, his back against the wall, legs sprawled out, fingers curled stiff near his throat. What? To a corner? His lips are blue, his jaw locked open, a thin trail of dry blood running through one nostril. The second photo shifts to his workbench. Tools scattered, a half-assembled argument clamped in place, casing pried open. Oh! The biogel vial lies nearby, overturned, residue hardened around the rim. He was working on something right up until the moment he died. Check the last recorded conversation. Howard scrolls through the report until he finds Gorva's last Colmec transmissions. Most are business related, orders, client requests, supply shipments, but the one contact keeps appearing. Always late at night, always brief. 10 p.m. Outgoing call, private line. Gorvas. Same time tomorrow? No. Of course. Progress takes consistency. Call ended. The same exchange had been locked every few days for the past 3 months. No details, no names, no context. Sounds like regular appointments. But for what? Review the autopsy report. Howard flips through the autopsy report, focusing on the key details. Nothing unusual stand out. Cause of death, asphyxiation due to biodrug expansion in the airway, external trauma, deep scratches along the neck and chest, self-inflicted, toxicology, no traces of drugs, alcohol, or sedatives. Examine his personal notebook. Howard picks up Corvus's worn, grease-stained notebook, its pages filled with quick notes, half-legible scribbles, and workshop schedules. No digital logs, no approval sync, just ink on paper. Most of its routine augment diagnostics, price estimates, follow-ups, but the last few pages are different, messier, written with a shaky hand. Delay on shipment, wrong parts again, order more Neuralink circuits, no more stim boosters, too unstable. Near the bottom of this last page, barely legible. If it happens again, I have to tell someone. Howard closes the file. Every detail of Atlas Gore etched in his mind. Now it's time to move on to the others. If I want, I can watch the codex probably. Izu file. Flipping it open, mess of reports. Let's see the background. Izu Ogura, 32, independent net finder. Last known residence, Unit 47C. Harlow Tower, lower grids. Lived alone, no registered family or emergency contacts. Operated primarily in underground nav spanner circles, no criminal record or flagged activity prior to the incident. Finances is stable, no debts, no non-personal disputes, digital footprints suggests minimal social interaction outside of work-related transactions. Just another ghost in the system until he wasn't. The crime scene photo. Howard picks up the top photo, and studies it carefully. The image is grainy, taken from the wrong angle, like the investigator didn't want to get too close. Izu Ogura is lumped forward in his chair, his neural weave still latched into his head, the sleek headgear hugging his skull like a parasite. A bundle of fiber-thin cables extends from the device, looping over his shoulders, feeding directly into his approval. Near his console, a packet of nutrient paste lies all open on the desk, its contents squeezed unevenly towards the top. The paste is smudged across the surface, like it was set down mid-bite. He wasn't done with it. Analyze the dive log. Howard scans the dive log report, a cleaned-up transcriptions of Ogura's final session. Every entry is accounted for, but the details raise more questions than answers. Session start, time spent, I'm not available. Initializing access protocol, bypassing external security layer, PID database identified, running decryption sequence. Firewall breach detect, security response engaged, Trace attempt detected. Reversing access channel. Countermeasure loop detected. System behaving normally. Unexpected data signature found. Source unknown. Nobody just pushes through a PID database. Their system locks you out before you even know you're in. So how the hell did Ogura get this far? He scans the final entry again. No forced disconnect, no shutdown sequence, just a hard stop, like the system wiped itself clean. Howard leans back, rubbing his thumb over the edge of the paper. Was Ogura really that good? Or did someone leave the door open for him? Review the witness statement. Howard flips to the next page, scanning the statement from Ogura's neighbor. The handwriting is stiff, lacking any trace of emotion. Either the witness didn't care, or they were choosing the words carefully. Lived next door to Ogura for a while. Don't have much to say. He kept to himself, never caused trouble. Last time I saw him, no idea. Maintenance went in after his rent auto payment failed. Door was still locked from the inside. Howard flips to the autopsy report, skimming past the standard medical jargon for anything that stands out. The cause of death is exactly what he expected. Self-induced neuro overload. External trauma, none. No bruising, no defensive wounds, no sign of struggle. Among the listed personal effects recovered from the body, one item stands out. A crumped slip of paper found in Ogura's pocket. The ink smudged, but still legible. He said it would help, that I feel lighter. I trusted him to fix me. Now I don't know what's left of me. He trusted someone to fix him. What if they did? What if this was the result? I can think of my own failures, or I try to detach, or he got played. End of story. Let's go with intelligence. He leans back, eyes on focus, just ink on paper, just a case, just data. But the words still echo. Howard closes the file, every detail of his Ogura etched into his mind. Now it's time to move on to the others. Last one. Serena Cross, a corporate executive for Activision, died after jumping from the balcony of her luxury high-rise apartment. Let's see the crime scene photos. The images show Serena Cross lying on the pavement, her body sprawled like a discarded marionette. One of her legs is dislocated at the hip, the other twisted so unnaturally it barely looks attached. Her head, or what's left of it, has split open against the pavement. Ah! What's that in her mouth? Ah! Her brain, half mashed, half intact, spews unevenly from the ruin of her skull. Is that her brain? Ah! Striking the concrete like something that tried to crawl away. Oh my god, this image is he's seen plenty, but this sticks like the fall hasn't just killed her. It had unmade her, rearranged her body into something awful, something wrong. Ah, let's see another thing. Thank you. Howard flips through the security report, eyes moving over the transcript. Her balcony railing is low, barely waist high, easy to climb, just as easy to trip over. But the footage is clear. She didn't fall. She stepped. At 2:14 a.m., Serena Cross walked onto her balcony, stood motionless for 6 minutes and 32 seconds, then moved forward like it was the most natural thing in the world. One detail catches his attention. At 2:46 a.m., incoming comical, caller ID unknown. 2:48, 2 seconds later, subject steps forward. Wait, 6 minutes? 6 minutes of nothing, then a call, then a jump. Someone reached her at the last second. Whoever it was, they didn't try to stop her. Howard flips to the autopsy report, looking for anything unusual. The cause of death is obvious, blunt force trauma from a high altitude fall. The injuries are exactly what you expect from that kind of drop. Nothing more, nothing less. Howard scans the report, pausing on 2 relevant entries, her approvals, biometric records, and a statement from a neighbor who had been paying attention. A household assistant synced to her approval, tracked her vitals like clockwork. No irregularities, no stress indicators, except for one anomaly right before she stepped off the balcony. At 2:20 a.m., serotonin levels spiked abnormally high. No recorded physical stimulus. Serotonin? She felt happy? A neighbor, someone she spoke to now and then, had seen her outside more often than usual. She stood out there for hours. Even in the rain, she wouldn't move, just staring at the skyline. I asked her about it once. She said she liked the wind, said it made her everything feel lighter. That word again. Lighter. Howard closed the file. Every detail of Sedona cause etched in his mind. Now it's time to move on to the others. I gain one experience from ink-stained paper and slips a sour. Howard leans back, rubbing his eyes. 3 suicides, clean on paper, but something stinks. He's been poring over the files for hours and nothing lines up with the way it should. Rain crawls down the window in evil trails, neon reflections bleeding into the dark. For a moment, he just listens to the city, to this hum of things moving unseen. His fingers tap against the desk. Slower now. He needs another angle. Someone who sees things differently. If only she was here. She always knew where to start. His limb grows heavy. The words on the files blur together. Just a minute. Just in a minute. The wind whispers against the glass as his head dips forward into the desk. Chapter 3. Questions and Answers. Next morning. A dull ache settles in Howard's neck, the kind that comes from falling asleep in the wrong place. The stiff leather of his chair hasn't done him any favors, and neither has the pile of paperwork serving as his pillow. Then, a knock. That's not a knock! Soft, measured, not urgent, not impatient, just enough to pull Howard from the depth of sleep. Howard stirs, blinking against the grit in his eyes. His brain claws its way out of dream-falling bodies, static lace voices, and collides with reality. Then another knock, louder. Someone's begging for a broken nose before breakfast. I can ask, yeah, who is it? Unless you've got coffee, peace off. This better be important. Check the time before answering. Reach your gun in the drawer, pretend you're not in, don't make a sound. I'm gonna check this time. Howard squints at the clock. It's 5:26 a.m. It's too damn early. Then, another knock, sharper this time. Wherever it is, they're not going away. They know you're in there. Who is it? Howard's voice come out rough, still thick with lip. Brief pause. Then a familiar voice, light, amused. It's me, your favorite houseplant. Now open up before I start growing roots out here. Howard exhales, running a hand down his face. So much for a quiet morning. Give me one reason not to leave you out there. Leave her in, you need the help. What? As Howard opened the door, he's met with a sight he wasn't prepared for. Standing before him is a man built like a tank, his neon green hair clashing against a tight pink shirt stretched to his limit. His left arm gleams with chrome knuckle implants. In one hand, he grips what looks like a stripper pole, if stripper poles were designed for combat. In the other, he holds a bowl. Inside it, floating like some overpriced centerpiece, is Rose. Howard blinks. Then again, still real. His brows knit together, his trails of frustration. The hell is this? The man offers no answer. No smirk, no joke, not even a raised eyebrow. Just poor, unreadable silence. Whoa! Look at those biceps. We're gonna hit the gym like a sap. For once, you managed to stumble to the truth, even with a pea-sized brain of yours. Before Howard can decide how to handle his, Rose breaks the tension. Pick me up, unless you want to solve this case with your head up your ass. Howard grits his teeth and does as he's told. The man's lip twitch, not a smile, but a tick. He spins the pole in a fluid arc, the hum of charged plasma briefly drowning out the city's drone, then strides away without a word. What the hell was that? Bye, Uber. Now shut the door. We've got corpses to dissect and egos to bruise. Howard drags a hand down his face. He sets Rose on his desk, right next to the open case of files. His eyes linger on the door for a moment, then back to her. I got 100 freaking questions about that guy. Was that really a stripper pole he was carrying? We'll meet him again, Howard. Mr. Mystery can answer your questions later. For now, let's talk about the case. Time's ticking. Howard slumps into his chair, the case file glaring up at him like an unsolved riddle. He drags a hand through his hair, exhaling sharply. I've got nothing. No links, no substacks. Just 3 dead people who decided to check out in the most dramatic ways possible. Silence. Don't say it. Silence. No, not absolutely not. I'm not your Ouija board, Howard. Then give me another option. The files are dead ends. Their bones know more than we do. You think I enjoy scrapping through the dead's regrets? It's not a parlor trick, Howard. It hurts every time. I have virtue, anger issues, and virtue. I think I'm going to for the first one. But these victims, they're screaming, and if they don't listen... Spare me the teamwork speech. You stand there like a brick wall while I choke on their sorrow again. Whatever. Let's go before I remember how much I hate this part. Howard doesn't press it. He just grabs his coat, scoops up Rose, and heads to the door. Graveyard's waiting. Hope that feel chatty tonight. This is very interesting. I can see myself losing a long time playing, but I'll have to stop because, as I said, usually on demos I don't spend too much time, so I don't not overwhelmed, like burn out. I'm like a burnout myself with the demo, and then I don't want to play the full game. So, but from what I played, this looks and sounds amazing. Like, the story is interesting. I haven't diced anything because of choices, which I like it. The fact that some people that want to fight will be able to, or like fight in a way of words, yeah, like persuasion and things like that. But I'm not that kind of person. So one thing that I hate sometimes, it's how games like this, narrative games, usually they only promote crazy players. When I say crazy, is both sides of the things, like, or it's a very crazy angry player or a very crazy happy player. It's like streams. And I felt that this game, me being I wouldn't say murky, but like a normal person, like a whatever, a regular person, it wasn't a detriment to my choices. Like, I didn't receive bad feedback just because I said, hey, you look nice, you know, instead of going like, I want to punch your guns. That's not usually me. But yeah, just as I said, I believe that today they would have released their Kickstarter, and I hope that you guys try the demo and give feedback. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye bye.